Welcome back, my friends. Well, Ithel finally went on the trip to retrieve the gold that was necessary for the magical circle. It was decided that the ritual room for the magical circle was too far away. So it's decided to put it right next to the magic focal point in order to expedite the process. In the meantime, the group went ahead and prepared. Everybody was nervous. The Twisted Ones knew how to create more people like them, but it wasn't the same. Though the current Twisted Ones were too young to remember, tales spoke of a much more gruesome and painful transformation. Ithel returned. And immediately had to go to bed. That was fine. They had plans for this. They had expected this. Bowman got to work. Camisa had taught her what she needed to know in order to put together the magic circle. It was based off of designs that the mages had given them, modified by Camisa. The main cost of this had been they would have to share their discoveries with the mages. Something that, in truth, both worried them and relieved them. They had no idea what the mages had in mind. But they hoped. They hoped that they just wished information for the sake of information. Now they waited for Camisa. She would lead them on this ritual. Material components were put in place. They began to channel their essence. Mel participated mainly to ensure that there was a stabilizing element that was not from the Twisted. People watched nervously. Until finally, the summoning paid off. It was time. Time to see who exactly was responsible. The archers moved ahead. And to their surprise found skeletal warriors coming towards them. One of the skeletal warriors summoned the ombre to it. This was, well, to call it less than ideal would be an understatement. So the three shadows stepped forward. They found a hooded figure. Who seemed to be leading the army. And once taken down, all of the skeletons simply disappeared. It was somewhat anticlimactic, to say the least. But for once, they were okay with anticlimactic. For once, they were relieved to have a battle where it wasn't a desperate fight. Everybody with any knowledge of magical lore spoke with each other in quiet tones about this. It did not take them long to realize what they had summoned. It was a lich. A lich had turned elves into the Twisted. However, this was not everything. For liches are only created through the assistance of other liches. A lich will send the knowledge of necromancy in the world, together with a little bit of the lich's own power. They suspected that they had no definitive proof that they had not summoned the one that had created the Twisted. They had only summoned the closest lich who shared power. However, that did not mean that this was a loss. Quite the opposite, in fact. They now knew for a fact that a lich had created the Twisted through their dark designs. And with that knowledge came hope. Liches were rare in this section of the world. They typically held their strongholds elsewhere. In time, this settlement would grow. In time, this settlement would create another settlement. They could fend off waves upon waves of elves seeking to destroy them for the simple sin of being changed without their will. They could withstand raiders, bandits, brigands. They had chosen in the beginning to worship Ronan. As Bryn seemed to cause them only pain, they instead turned to the god of soil. And thus they had gained strength. And so, at long last, they deemed themselves no longer simple twisted ones. That was a name given to them by the elves. No. Now it was time for them to claim their own name. They would be the Dark Elves. And the name of this settlement would also change, becoming the Underdark. It would grow. It would change. Change was inevitable. But with that came strength. And this, my friends, is how a group of simple refugees dealing with circumstances beyond their ability to control formed the foundation of the Dark Elves. I will admit I am partial to them myself. I find them to be a noble, kind, wonderful people. But I believe that that is also enough for now. Perhaps the next time that you come, I'll tell you of when they found the lich that did change them. Oh, it was not here at the Underdark. In fact, the Underdark would take another name. Of course you know that the Dark Elves all live in the Underdark. But, well, we will go into what this settlement was named and what settlement found the Dark Elves. Found the Lich in another time. Truly an amazing tale, in my opinion. Only one death, and that was a stillbirth. So, until next time. It shall be some time before I pass through this area again, but that's fine. Until next time, my friends. Stay safe, stay warm, stay cool. No, the two are not contradictory. When I pass through next, we shall discuss it. But until then, goodbye, and good luck in all of your endeavors.